Craig Richards,
Yes.
thanks very much for joining us, brother. It is, of course, Fight Week. Yourself, Joshua Buatsi, headlining the O2. That in itself must be pretty cool, man. Like, do you ever look at landmarks like that?
Yes.
Because they've all come pretty fast for you these past few fights.
It has. It's on the bucket list to headline the O2 Arena, so we're here now. It's my favourite venue, to be honest, and I'm glad I'm headlining it.
And let's talk about getting the Buatsi fight, because a lot of us have, us British fans, I'll speak for us, we dream of these like domestic showdowns, and when you see people on the come up, often it don't happen, right? We've got a lot of good light heavyweights in this country anyway. So when was this presented to you, and was you straight away like, yeah, I want something?
Yeah, I was literally spoke to 258 just before my last fight. I was told him to contact Peter and Eddie and let's get in some talks. We was meant to actually fight a guy, Dominic Bozell. He just fought Ramirez last week. That was who I was meant to be fighting next, and I've had to come off of that fight, cancel the negotiations to jump on this fight. So, the bigger the fight, this is the fight the public wanted to see. This is the fight I took.
What did you learn about Josh? I mean, I've seen like little clips of you doing kind of like the gloves off and stuff like that. Like, do you read too much into those situations, or what did you take from it?
I know he was a bit irritated. But for me, it's all fun and games. Saturday night is what's important. May 21st, the actual fight. But I enjoy every aspect on the way of it.
I mean, again, things that you've been enjoying, man. Like, again, your rise has been so good to watch because, like, I don't think this is offensive to say, but like 5 or 6 fights ago, people not really knowing too much, and then obviously the Bivol performance was fantastic.
Yeah.
How has it been for you, that kind of whirlwind? Because I know you get asked this question a lot, but obviously Matchroom behind Buatsi, and then Queensbury behind Yard.
Yeah.
You've done it the hard way, man, and had that world title fight.
Yeah, I've done it the hard way, and this is why I've got the experience I've got now in these big fights. A lot of the fights I've taken, as I always say time and time again, I was the underdog in the bookies, and I've caused the upsets on the balls, the chicanes, etc., etc. Keep going over this list multiple times, but I've always been the underdog, and I thrive on it. I worked the hard way, and now I'm here. But it's done me favours because it got me the experience to be able to fight on these big stages and get used to them.
So when you was approached about the Bivol fight, I know like a lot of it was kind of fast, right? Like, how was all that? Did you thought, I'm going to take my chance here?
Yeah, we wanted it. We did say we can get that fight. And Eddie's like, you sure? And was like, yeah. And he went and spoke to Bivol, and Bivol was like, yeah, he's interested. I said, yeah, let's make this fight. Me and Pete was on it straight away. He's like, you sure? About Dmitry Bivol was like, yeah. At the time, he was like, avoided pound for pound. We was like, no, trust me, I've got this one.
Yeah.
And Eddie was like, all right, then I'll make it. And he made the fight. And, I come up around short, so I didn't get to be victorious. But I believe in myself, and I showed that night. If I just went through the gears more, I didn't show everything I was about that night, and if I did, I believe I'd have been standing here now as the Super World Champion.
I mean, most fighters won't open up too much on their own doubts or anything like that, but you may have, anyone, I guess, coming into a massive fight like the Bivol fight would have had some trepidation. But coming out the other side, what did that do for your confidence, man? Like, it must have done a lot.
No, because I always thought I was going to come out the other side. I never felt there was any doubt of coming out the other side. It was all just about winning the fight for me. And I realised I was at 9 rounds. They said, you could be down here or it's about level. And I said, what? So that's why 10, 11 and 12, I decided to go through the gears bit more. And that's when I started obviously clearing up the rounds. But if I knew that earlier in the round, obviously I came a round short on the Russian judges' scorecards, half a round short on the English judges' scorecard. So if I knew that earlier, I would have stepped up even a round or two earlier, and they would have been it. I had loads left, though. It's not like I finished the fight exhausted, had at least 3-4 more rounds in me.
Gives you confidence that there's unfinished business, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. I got unfinished business. I need to get back there ASAP.
Yeah, exactly, man. The other thing I want to talk about is your journey. We said from relative unknown to world title contender. Like, with the team that you've put together now, and your training camps and whatnot, have you had any kind of different offers along the way? How happy are you with the place you're at right now?
I'm happy where I'm at right now. Pete took me from the amateurs. We was working, and as time's grown on, we've grown onto the team. We joined down a Matchroom gym with his brother Tony. We've got the boys down there. We've then added a strength coach, Dan Lawrence, on board, a physio. Just like the team's just expanding. Yeah. So I'm becoming more of an athlete as time's gone on and improving. The team's tremendous. I can't ask for a better team, if I'm honest. And they're my worst critics as well as myself. So they make sure every day I'm improving.
Let me ask you another kind of outside boxing question. Did you have a job before you became a professional boxer?
I did have a job. I worked as a steward at Palace Gates as a job. My first job, actually. Yeah, that was my job before boxing.
Wow. And also, what was your first car?
Renault Clio Dynamic 1.2, black on black. It was nice. Well, I thought it was.
I was about to say, you sold it to me.
I probably looked like Bowser in it, but it was at the time I thought it was nice.